Hello friends, this lecture is also available in the Urdu and Hindi language. If you want to watch in the Urdu and Hindi language, you can take the link in the description of this video. Today our topic is analog module of FX3U PLC. So let's come on the manual. This is the FX3U and FX3U 480. 480 means it has 4 channel analog input. Okay, and go to B3 page. And you can see this is a function, and you can see here FX3G and FX3U is a main PLC unit, and this is a analog modules. Okay, and analog data you can see is a flow meter, pressure sensor like 0 to 10 volt, minus 10 volt to plus 10 volt, and 4 milliampere to 20 milliampere. This is all analog inputs. This module can read these input values, and these are memory, buffer memory in this PLC, and especially for FX3U you can use this is a specific command for a buffer memory. All the value of the input data come on the buffer memory, and this buffer memory is read by this command U hash G. U means this is a unit, this is a number of unit. G means this is a memory number, like memory, buffer memory 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, in the program I will tell you about how to use this buffer memory in this FX3U. This is a version number, connect number PLC for this FX3U 480 PLC module compatible with following PLC. You can see this is all the versions. These are Japanese versions. This is the English version. You can use according to any available in your local market. And this is a general specification of medium temperature. This is a operating temperature range, and this is a storing range of these modules. And this is a power specification. If FX3U, and this is a 24 volt input, and for FX3U 480 this is a 24 volt, same voltage, but in this it has a 90 milliampere. It has 80 milliampere consumption. This is a performance specification. Both input like voltage, current, both are analog inputs. It is a minus 10 volt to plus volt. It has both two type of the input. One is a minus 20 milliampere to plus 20 milliampere, and this is a 4 milliampere to 20 milliampere. This is a offset, gain, absolute maximum input, all the performance specification values. It is very important. And the buffer memory number 0, it used for input mode. If you are using input mode 0, 1, 2, 0, 1 and 2, if you are using 0 input mode, then the maximum value for 10 plus 10 volt is 32,000 digital value. And for input mode number 1 is the 4,000 maximum value for 10 plus 10 volt. If you are using input mode number 2, it is a plus 10,000 for plus 10 volt. Okay, is all the values of digital value against analog values. Okay, in the programming phase I will tell you how to select mode. Okay, this is a current input mode. If you are using current mode number 3, then maximum value for plus 20 milliampere is 16,400, and if you are using form number, then value is 4,100, and if you are using input mode 5, then the maximum value for 20 milliampere is 20,000. Okay, and this is the other is a range of minus 20 milliampere to plus 20 milliampere, and same you can see the all the maximum value, digital value for input analog values. This is a wiring diagram. You can see these are terminals, and this is a FX3U 4D, and this is a FX3U 4D, and this is a 20 plus volt or 24 volt, and this is a 0 volt is a ground terminal. If we are using is as a input mode of voltage, then you have to V plus and VI minus. Okay, so both terminal will be used. If you are using an input mode, then you have to use this VI minus and I minus. The two terminal will be used. Okay, these are for channel number 2 and 3 and 4. And this is a FX3U UC4D, and this is all the terminal names for channel 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is the cable and terminal screws, thimbles, values for your wiring. And this is you can see this is our analog module, and this is a wiring diagram. This is a plus 24 volt for input, and this is our supply of main unit. L is a 220 voltage and is a neutral. Okay, and this is a sensor wiring, as I told you in previous pictures. This is a 24 volt supply of the input, and this is a sensor. If you are using current in mode, then you have to select this wiring. If you are using voltage mode, then you have to select this wiring. Okay, and the main one is, if you are using many function block, like you are using like 4 and 5 analog module, and you have to give the first one is the unit number 1, second is unit number the first one is the unit number 0, and second one is unit number 1, and third one is the unit 2 as soon as you are using more, and unit number 3 and 4 and 5. Is the main question is our first buffer memory, and you have to use these 4 number. Okay, if we are using channel number 1 as a input mode, you have to put 0 value here. If we are using in channel number 1 as a current mode, you have to put 3 and 4 and 6, any value you can select here. If you are using 4 milliampere to 20 milliampere input sensor, then you have to place 3 value. If you are using minus 20 milliampere to plus 20 milliampere sensor, then you have to put 6 or channel 0. Okay, so channel 1. This is our memory number 0. Buffer memory 0 is used for input mode setting. I will tell you in programming. Okay, this is the other memories, and this is a memory number 1 is mostly not used. 2, 3 and 4 is the average timing unit of channel number 1. 6, 7, 8 and then is the filtering time setting, and 10, 11, 12 and 13. This is your data from your sensor will store in number 10, 11, 12 and 13 memory bit, sorry, buffer memory. Okay, so let's start on programming. First you have to open new and choose of FX3U. Okay, first you have to set input mode, and okay, for example I am using channel 1 as an input, so I will use 0 value, and channel 2 as a current input, then I will use, let's see, 3 value. I don't want to use channel 3 and 4, I will give the value F. Okay, for F part channel is not used, so I will use here M8002. I will use move command. I will use move command and H I am using here channel 1 for voltage, channel number 2 for current, and channel number 3 for I will not use, and channel number 4 I will use for input mode number 1. Okay, so I will put here H1 F, mean to say I am not using channel number 3, and 3 is the channel number 2 for current mode, and 0 means this is the channel number 0, channel number 1 is for voltage mode. So I will start here and I will move is unit number 0 and buffer memory number 0. This is the my in mode selection of the analog module of unit number 0. Okay, now I am using buffer memory number. I have to go. Okay, you can see this is the average type. So in by default value is K1, so I will move K4 value for average time. You can use any time, so I am using K4 value. F move K4 value from for unit number 0 and buffer memory number 2, because we are not using buffer memory 1 because they are not used, and for K4 values. Okay, so F will move all the values K4 2, 3, 4 and 5 values. Okay, now next I will use for filtering time. I will move K4. By default is the K0, so I will move K4 value to this channel number 1, 2, 3 and 4 filtering setting. So I will here F move K4 unit number 0 G5 6 K4 value, K4 numbers. Okay, now next is very important. I will use here M8000. Okay, and I will move. I will use move command unit number 0 and G10 to D3. G10 means channel number 1 data, current data will be moved on channel buffer number 10. I am moving this value to D3. Okay, and same way I will use for channel number 2. I will use move command unit number 0 G11 and D5. Okay, and for channel number 4, because I am not using channel number 3, so I will use move command G30 D87 8 like. Okay, these are 13 for channel number 4. Okay, and now we will compile the program and we will simulate the program. Close, and you can see this time it has a 0 value because I have not attached any PLC and there are no value on this memory buffer memories. Okay, if you have any question in this programming, you can raise a question on the comment box, and you can also message on my WhatsApp number. Okay, bye.